For the experiment for today, I want to try doing a paint pour on a piece of escarpment stone, but I want to add something else in there. Oh, reach out. I'm going to add some One Step Crackle. I don't know if this is going to work. I just got this in. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. So I'm going to repeat that little thing that we did before. I'm going to pour a little bit of blue in there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white, not as much white this time. And then let's take a little bit of gold. That's still really thick. You know what? I'm not going to use that anymore. And, oh, put my little sticks there. So that stone has been washed really well with hot soapy water, rinsed, let air dry, and then I applied some gesso on top of that. So I've got that there. Let's see if I can do a flip. Not wearing my gloves either. Nope. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not enough paint either. Okay, not enough paint. Then let's make some more. I'm going to put white this time in. Wrong cup. I'm going to put white in first, then the blue. Let's see what happens with that. Okay, so the color you put in first is the dominant color. I was wondering how that would work. Again, so I'm learning here. This isn't even, so what are we gonna do? I'm gonna take a paintbrush. I'm gonna dip it into that there, and I'm just going to encourage. I want to make sure there's complete coverage. I'm not adding water because I have no idea what that's going to do. Paint the sides. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this pouring thing, but I can see this being as addictive as monoprinting and bookbinding and doodling. You know what I would love to know is what if you took a torch to this? What would happen? Look at that. Ooh, that's a bit bright. There we go. Okay. So, oh, you guys knew what colors I was using, right? So for this particular one was the DecoArt Media Translucent White. I used a primary cyan, and then I put in a little bit of the Dazzling Metallics, which did not work. So I'm going to use a One Step Crackle, only because it's in a squeeze bottle. I don't know what this is going to do, so we'll have to see. So I'm going to put it on the one side here. And then I'm going to let that dry overnight and see what happens. I can see it's starting to run off. Not going to muck around with it. Yeah, so let's see what this is going to look like tomorrow once this is fully dried. What I'm hoping it's going to happen is that part of the rock will have all these cracks, but I'm seeing some really interesting effects. Let's see if I can pick this up without mucking around with it. That's really cool. It's a bit bright there. Sorry about that. That is really neat. So where it looks brown, that's where the One Step Crackle is. I'm not sure why it's turning brown, but you know what? We'll have to see tomorrow. Woo, warm. All right, so on the table, I've got the escarpment stone all done. It turned out really nice. I had forgotten about the gold paint. Look at that, and then the crackle, the One Step Crackle. So it did turn out quite nice up here. I was afraid that the actual properties weren't going to show up, but you can see here the cracks. I'm just tilting it so I can see. There's some cracks there. So that's interesting. So it does work. So now the next thing is to take this and pour the One Step Crackle on top of this to see what it looks like. And I know that One Step Crackle on its own can get really, really thick and brittle. So I'm kind of liking this because this is more melded right into the piece. But there you go. Gorgeous. And then the pour off and just peel. I mean, you can, not going to salvage everything. So you can use these in mixed media art as well, even with the Q-tip piece there. But look at that. Looks like a mask. So there's a theme for you, something to create the, you know, a piece with. If I just kind of bunch up the nose a little bit, up here. So there's a mask for you. There, piece of art, $1 million. All right. Alrighty, so I hope that you found this video useful on a different take on doing an art pour. So just by adding the One Step Crackle on top, this does need a varnish, which I will do in a dedicated video. And so I'd like to hear from you if you've ever done art pours on top of stones, whether it be a tile, stone like this, a rounded stone, something like that. Let me know if you have any tips or techniques to share regarding that type of style. Alrighty, so I'm going to go and prepare another video. So until I see you in that one, stay inspired.